Hold on. Okay, it now says that we are live. So I'm just going to double check that we're live everywhere. So if you are joining us and you're already here, it actually does say nobody is watching us at the moment. But if you're already here, then just bear with us, okay? We are just going to ensure that everybody can see us. Okay. We want to make sure that everybody's got a good view of us. Oh, yes, good. So, Jen, I just put the YouTube link into. Good. Have you got the YouTube link, Jen? The YouTube link is working. We're live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook, on my Facebook page.
Yeah, so I've got it.
Perfect. It says 2 people are watching. I'm probably one of those people. Now, if you are on YouTube, you can come and have a chat with us. There is a chat section. And if you put a comment in the chat, I will be able to see it live. So please come and have a chat with us, okay? Come and say hi to Jen and hi to me. If you are on Facebook, you should also be able to post a comment in the comment section, okay? And I should be able to see you straight away and see your questions in StreamYard. Okay, so let's see if this works. If you're there, say hi, pop a thing in the chat, let me know you're here. Dan, how are you getting on there? Is it working for you?
I think so. I've just put it out there.
Super.
So, yeah.
Good. Right, I'm just going to go and put this in the discussion thread as well. Add a post. Let's pop this here. And then post. And then that looks good as well. Right. So we should be live everywhere. We should be live everywhere. So that one is working. Yeah. Fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, cool. Right. So I think that we are live everywhere. If you can see us, like I said, come and say hi. If you're not seeing us, then don't say hi. Good. Right. It says happening now. This is live. That's live. That's live. That's live. And are we live on my page? That's a different page. Do you know, in my Facebook, okay, where it says switching to your page, I've got about 15 companies there. And depending on which one I was in last, okay, is the one that leaves you the icon. If you've only got one business there, you know, because it switches between your business and your personal one. So for me, actually, you know, I now just went to Biscuits Apartments, but no, I can actually see it now live on my website page. So I'm just going to pop in there, hello, okay, and then that post should come up here. There you go, so I can see that there. So this is me. See, I posted this actually in Facebook, paste hello, and I can see it. So I know that that is working. I know that YouTube is working, LinkedIn is working, and Facebook is working, so it's all working. Yeah.
Yay!
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. How are you?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, I'm as good as well be for a mid-40s woman, you know, on a Monday morning. We were just having a chat about this. It's a lovely time to be alive. Anyway,
it's
good.
Certainly interesting.
So let's get started with this, shall we? So Jen, and actually I apologize. I kind of sprung this upon you actually, didn't I? I'm like, come on, I'm doing this new series, okay? Called Where Magic Meets Creativity, okay? And I'm like, come and join me. And you're like, what are you going to be asking? And I threw a whole load of questions your way.
Yeah, you did. And I was a bit
bless you. So don't worry, it's not a test, okay? We just, you know, we're just kind of going to give people an indication of who you are, okay, and why you're here. So I just want to say to everybody that's here, okay, that, you know, welcome, okay? Welcome, because actually, you know, it's nice to have people joining us, okay? So, and I'm really glad you're here, you know, when you join us for, you know, when magic meets creativity. So today we're diving into, well, Jen's journey, you know, and the women you're going to meet this week, they've struggles, they've broken through barriers, they've pushed their creativity, okay, and their businesses to the next level. And that's the reason actually I'm meeting with them this week, to kind of show you what is possible. So this chat is real stories, okay? I've not got a video recording of Jen. We are completely live, okay? It's going to be some powerful lessons and real glimpse into what's possible when resilience, imagination, and determination all come together. Actually, and that just so suits you, Jen, all those words, just as it is now, okay? So we'll keep it informal and interactive. So if you've got any questions, please, we've tested it out, they work, okay? come and put your own questions in the chat, okay, and we'll get them answered. So I am thrilled to announce Jen from Sixth Street. So hi, Jen.
Hello, how are you?
Me, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad today is Monday and still not Sunday. So we've moved on from the weekend, okay? So yeah. And how are you?
Yeah, really well. Yeah, really good.
Good.
Excited for the week.
Good, yeah. It is going to be a good one. Yeah, it's the end of the summer though. Today's the last day of summer. So that is a bit boo, but
yeah, I quite like the turning of the seasons though. I like autumn and I like spring. Autumn is like a good opportunity to just get cozy again. I quite like that.
oh, yeah, you see. Whereas if I can't feel warmth on my skin, it's immediately winter. Yeah, and I live in one of the cold places, okay, and we have lots of snow here, okay. But yeah, I need warmth. So there you go. So I mean, Jen, should we start, asking you some questions, okay? Let's get the started actually. I mean, and like I said, if you are here and you're watching, okay, if you've got any questions, pop it in the chat where you are, okay, and I will be able to see it, and then we'll get those done for you. So Jen, tell me a bit about your journey and what first inspired your creative path, really.
So I started out as a languages teacher. I used to teach French predominantly and a bit of Spanish in secondary schools in the UK. And but crochet has been a real passion for me, not just for the craft itself, but the word resilience, I think, is going to come up a lot today. But there's a lot of the kind of calming effects that crochet brings and the resilience that it brought into my life. So my gran taught me how to crochet when I was about 7. I was always in awe, really, of the fact that she could knit without looking at what she was doing and just watch the television, and that just looked like magic to me. And she could crochet as well, and she taught me how to crochet. And then I grew up, obviously, crochet when I was a teenager wasn't cool anymore, so I stopped doing it. And then I picked it back up again when I was pregnant with my eldest. He will be 12 in December. So and then later in lockdown, crochet was a real kind of support for me, just something to keep my hands busy and take my mind off what was going on in the real world. And then during lockdown, obviously, I was supporting my son and my daughter at home with their home learning. And then I just realized that, they were struggling too, managing that really weird situation that we all found ourselves in all those years ago. I mean, it's a long time ago now, right?
Yeah, it seems like it was only a few years ago, though.
I know, but it was such a strange time that I really noticed my own children were really affected. And I was working in a primary school at the time, and I really noticed that the children coming back as the lockdown sort of eased and we brought the children back into schools, I really noticed that, children were really struggling with that transition. So I took my crochet into the classroom and I showed them how to do it, because I just thought, you know what, they were really fearful of making mistakes. And I just wanted them to know that it's okay. That's part of the learning journey. So it was almost having to kind of reteach the fact that it was okay to make a mistake. And, if they didn't get a maths question right, it wasn't the end of the world. It was okay. So I used crochet to kind of teach that and to teach a growth mindset, because a lot of children, they don't understand what that is. There is quite a few adults that don't know what that is. So I did a lot of work and a lot of learning myself around that. And that's kind of brought me, all of those experiences have kind of brought me to where I am today, because I just thought, you know what, that's what I want to share with people. I want to kind of help people learn. I want to help people grow in their confidence and, improve their well-being through creativity.
Yeah. No, that's lovely. There's actually a heart just been put actually in one of the things, the social media chat there. So no, that's really lovely. And yeah, it's a real vital thing, Jen, okay? And I really, okay, knowing you, okay, and having met you, okay, it it's who you are anyway. It's instilled in you completely. So, and I just think you using what you have and your knowledge for that is just, it's just amazing. So tell me about one of the challenges you faced early on, and how that's helped you to kind of shape and run your business now.
So at the start, I think I struggled with trying to do everything at once. Like the overwhelm was real. It was, it was kind of trying to manage all of the things that I wanted to do. I wanted to design, I wanted to teach, I wanted to tech edit, I wanted to promote my business. And when you're a business owner, you're wearing lots of hats at the same time, aren't you? And that's tricky. I've never done anything like this before. I'd always worked in schools, so it was very much a massive learning curve for me. But it taught me to focus on building the systems. So I now kind of structure my business, or at least try to, around 3 kind of clear pillars. So I teach crochet, I design patterns, and I do a bit of technical editing as well for designers. So, and initially my website was built for me, and I realized that I didn't understand how it worked. And every time I wanted to make a change, it was really difficult to navigate, and I would get so frustrated. So that's one of the things that I kind of focused on initially, was just sort of changing. And basically I rebuilt my website, which is something I never thought I would be able to do from scratch. I did it all myself, and I have full ownership of that now, and I love that, because that's what's really important. I want, this is mine. It's it is something that I'm growing, and I want control over it. So yeah, that was a really important step.
Yeah, and actually, some people may not see that when they're starting their journeys, or even whilst they're on their journeys, is a big thing. But in order for you to be able to grow and adapt and build your business as you want to build it, not knowing how to even edit your website, okay, is such a, it's so debilitating, really, So
Yeah, it
really
really
is.
was.
So
It just the frustration, and it just felt like every tiny little job would take so long, and it just it's not efficient.
no.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all. Nessa's watching us and she said, amazing. Yeah, so many hats. Yeah. So there's a lady that also understands what we're going through. So, and we'll be meeting Nessa on Thursday this week, actually. She's also coming on to
Hi,
have a chat with
Nessa.
us. So, but no, and it's true. We do have a lot of hats as business owners. And, I really wish that so many people, instead of kind of looking at us like, you got your own business, so what, you can just take Friday afternoon off? Yeah, I can take Friday afternoon off, okay, but I am working Sunday morning in that case, because I pick and choose my own hours, but
And that's
there's a lot to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things that I love about it, is the flexibility that it offers. Because obviously, when I was working in schools, I didn't have that. I had to be in school before my own children had to be in school, ready to accept those, children that were waiting to come to the school where I worked. So, whereas now I can work that a little bit more around my own children, which is great. But it also means that, if I take time off to go and watch them in a play or something like that, invariably it probably means that I will be working much later in the evening, because you've got to kind of, it won't do itself.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So when things got tough, really tough, what were the things that kind of, help move you forward?
What, you mean apart from gin?
Yeah, apart from gin. Although, to be mentioned, if you don't have any, go buy some. It will help you. But anyway, yeah, apart from gin, as well as.
No, seriously, it can be. There are days where I really struggle. I think it's juggling everything, right? All the family commitments, life in general. It can throw you a curveball when you least expect it, can't it? But I think, when things get really overwhelming, I try and break things down into kind of really small, manageable chunks, and just think about, I try not to think too much about the bigger picture. I try to focus on what my next step is. And I suppose in a lot of ways that's kind of crochet, isn't it? Like, you know, it's one stitch at a time, one row at a time, building it step by step. And I guess, you know, what kept me moving forward is just remembering why I started, why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's not, crochet isn't just a hobby for me. It's a really valuable tool for supporting my own mental health, but also that's what I want to pass on to other people. And I, you know, I've seen firsthand how it can really help children in schools, but also adults. I teach a lot of adults now. It's about building resilience and mindfulness and community as well, because, you know, the more we can share with one another, I think that helps people feel better about themselves. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Communities as well that I'm part of, you know, like your community, Carol's community, the Cool community, you know, they all really help. It's great to have somewhere that you can go. So if you do have an issue, you can kind of reach out and say, oh, I'm really struggling with this, you know, what advice can people give me? Because that's really useful and invaluable in a lot of ways when you're starting out. You know, finding your tribe is really important.
I find that's really key, because and you meant, yeah, your tribe is, it's just perfect, really, the wording, because you don't want to be in a toxic group. You don't want to feel like you can't be asking those questions. You need to be in a group where you feel comfortable to,
yeah, exactly,
you know, kind of, you know, ask what, you know, what you want to, you know, you want to say it without feeling fear of anything, you know, in a complete safe
absolutely.
place.
You need to feel safe, like, you know, and that's the thing, you know, that's what I was seeing in schools, you know, like these children were coming back after, you know, their lockdown experiences, and we needed to make them feel safe. And it's the same, you know, just day to day, you know, when I see people in my crochet classes, it's like, it's a big thing, you know, when you learn something new, whatever that is, whether it's learning something new for your business or learning a new stitch, you know, you're taking yourself out of your comfort zone, and that can be really scary. So building yourself a tribe where you feel safe to ask those questions is really important.
Yeah. Nessie just said, yeah, what a great way to look at it, stitch by stitch, you know. It's all in the name, isn't it, Jen? You know, Stitch Street. There you go. Like magic. There you go. You see, it's all about how you build it. Build it and they will come. So good. Good. So what beliefs or blocks have you had to like push past to kind of get where you are now?
Oh, well, it's hard to just pick one, if I'm honest. But I think the biggest
What about half an hour? It's fine.
The biggest one, I think, has been imposter syndrome, feeling like I'm not qualified enough to kind of step fully into the crochet industry, I suppose. Yeah, like I said earlier, you know, all I'd ever known was teaching in schools. So yeah, taking a different direction is always going to feel scary, isn't it? But the first time I had one of my patterns go into a magazine felt amazing, but I was petrified all at the same time. You know, like things like, what if everyone hates it, or what if there's a ton of errors in it, or, you know, all of those crazy thoughts go through your head. But then it turned out that that particular pattern ended up being on the front cover for that particular issue, which was amazing. Like, I couldn't believe it, and it was absolutely validation for all that hard work that I'd put in. But that only lasts for one issue. All that worry starts again, you know, for the next one. But then that's probably just me, because, you know, if worrying was an Olympic sport, I would definitely get gold. So yeah,
I think you get gold for some other things as well. But you know, I don't. But I think that there's a lot. You know, you're not the only person. You know, and it is really valid. And I think that it's going to be really beneficial for others to hear that they're not alone.
yeah,
You know, it's not just them.
no,
You know, everybody has that.
absolutely.
Everybody has that.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
it doesn't, I think it's horrible the first time, but the more you do it, the fear kind of like detracts and reduces, because you know you're the more you grab that nettle, you're getting used to that kind of nettle sting a little bit more each time, aren't you? And you're becoming immune to that nettle sting a little bit. So
I like that. I
yeah.
like that. But, oh, that's good. You're getting immune to that mental thing. Yeah, yeah. You're just
Yeah,
desensitizing yourself to it,
yeah,
really. So
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So it's
yeah.
good. It's good to kind of, you know, test yourself. Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah, test, but without nervous being about testing as well. So there you go. There's a whole nother thing there. Okay. So should we have a chat about what's one bold move you made? Or I don't think there's actually just one for you. One bold move you've made this year that's really paid off for you.
I think the biggest thing was when I decided to leave my language teaching job and focus on my business full time. It was so scary. It's it's a big thing to step away from a salary that just plops into your bank account every month. You know, that that's a safety net. That was a massive safety net for me. So to walk away from that was big. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I would change it because I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's scary. Absolutely it is. But it's opened up so many opportunities, and it's allowed me to feel like I'm doing something that is more aligned with my values. So yeah.
Yeah. And that's good for your own mental health, especially in terms of the things that you want to be developing and creating. You know, you're then not shoeboxed or horned by anybody else, really. So, and that's so sweet. Yeah, good.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
how's your creativity helped you stand out in business? Apart from being on the front cover of magazines, you know.
So I really struggled with this question when you sent these through to me. I was like, oh, I don't know. How have I stood out? I don't feel like I've stood out. But then I think, you know, we all sort of struggle to find, you know, those standout moments about ourselves, because especially I think when you run your own business, it's always on to the next thing, you know, and sometimes it's important, isn't it, to kind of look at and just stop and celebrate those big wins. So I suppose for me, like lots of people teach crochet, but my focus is on kind of resilience and mindset, and that's what I think makes my workshops and my classes different. We talk a lot about mistake making and how learners talk to themselves, you know, when they make a mistake. Quite often, you know, they will say, oh, I'm rubbish, I can't do this. And, you know, so that negative self-talk, I'm just as bad, I'm, you know, fabulous at that. But you know, it sometimes what it needs is for somebody else to kind of catch you doing it in the moment, for you to kind of just change it. And that's really important. I think like the creativity, I suppose, comes through in my kind of design work. I love creating pieces that are hopefully beautiful, but also kind of mindful to make. Lots of my patterns, I always write patterns that use either kind of really nice textured stitches, or they're repetitive, so you have an opportunity to kind of slow down and build your confidence in a particular technique or stitch, and just enjoy the process. So yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, but
It does. It does. Yeah. You're not just making things for the sake of making them, but you're making them with growth mindset in mind, really, you know, to be
yeah.
able to not just help somebody to make something, but make it in a really way that helps them in so many other ways, and just making something. It's really like, yeah.
Yeah.
What a skill. What an absolute skill. So, yeah. Um, as you've been going on through this journey, what's something that you've learned about yourself that surprised you?
I'm braver than I thought. And that's nice. That's nice to have learned that. I've put myself forward for events, collaborations, teaching opportunities that the old me, I think, would have shied away from. I'm doing stuff like this. Like, I would never have kind of gone, yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm brave. That's
Brave.
that's braver than I thought.
Yeah. But sometimes you have to do these things to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because, I always say that actually, once people start to get comfortable with being uncomfortable,
Yeah.
you start to do things that you never ever thought that you would do.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, I think I talk about this a lot when I'm teaching crochet, both to children and adults. When you can't do something and you're learning something new, you're building all these new kind of neural pathways in your brain, and you're going to get frustrated because you don't know how to do that thing yet. So whatever it is, and the longer you can sit with that frustration and bear that frustration, the more resilient you become, and the quicker you make kind of progress. Obviously, that's not to say that you get so frustrated that there's a fine line. You do need to kind of step away sometimes and give yourself a break. But the more you put yourselves in those situations, the stronger, the more resilient you become.
Fabulous. Okay. All right, so I've got some really nice quick questions for you coming up. Now, if you're sitting here watching, okay, and you've got a question for Jen, okay, whilst I'm going through all these quick questions, okay, pop your question in the chat in LinkedIn, in Facebook, or on YouTube, wherever you're live, okay? And then it will pop up on my screen, and then I'll ask Jen afterwards, okay? So, are you ready, Jen? Are you ready?
I think so.
Coffee or tea?
Neither. I don't really drink. I don't really drink hot drinks. Sorry, Paula, but I might have a hot chocolate.
Why are you sorry?
I don't know.
You don't need to be sorry about that.
I might have a hot chocolate from time to time if it's really cold outside. Yeah.
Okay.
My Beano baby.
All right. What's the song that always gets you pumped up?
Oh, I had so many listed. It's really hard to just pick one. I quite like anything by Coldplay.
But you have to be careful when you go to their concerts, apparently. So
Can't Stop by the Chili Peppers. I quite like.
Oh yes, I mean, yeah. Who doesn't like Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah, Stereophonics. I quite like Stereophonics. Maybe even I thought you might quite like this one, The Business by Tiesto.
Oh. I have to say that I'm not too sure if I know the name. I'm guessing I'll go and listen to that afterwards, okay? So please don't slate me, okay? I'm going to listen to it, I promise, okay? I probably do know what it is, okay? But limited brain cells at the moment, so that's fine. Okay, what's one word that sums up your year so far?
Brave. Yeah.
Yeah, what a year, eh? I mean, next year's got a lot to live up to coming up. Oh, okay. What's a dream collab for you? Who'd you love to work with?
Well, so funnily enough, I was talking to my husband about this last night, and we were talking about kind of bands and stuff, and I was like, oh, I don't know which band to say, and and he was like, why do you just need to say one for the previous question? And then he was like, you know what would be really cool? He said, imagine if you could create a crochet backdrop for a Coldplay concert. And I was like, oh my God, that'd be amazing. So that would be a massive dream.
So now we have to find some way of tagging Chris Martin in this as well, So
Hi. I've gone all giggly now. Yeah, or maybe even like a garment for Chris Martin. Oh, amazing. That would be so
Yeah.
yeah. But maybe kind of on a more attainable level. I think I would love to work with schools, or I would like to work with businesses, and kind of create wellness programs for them to kind of integrate crochet with kind of mental health support. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. Good. Good. And anybody else that you're thinking about, or people in your community?
I've just reached out actually to one of the women in the Cool Wool community, Rachel. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping to see where that will go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
That is very exciting. So good. Yeah. Super. Okay. All right. Well, nobody's popped any questions in the chat. Obviously, they're learning everything about you, okay, and they're too invested in what you're saying to think about questions for you. So, last question for the quick fire anyway. What's your favourite way to celebrate a win?
Oh, with my family and my closest friends. Yeah. Yeah. Because that's who I do it for, right? Like I do it for them. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super. And what was the last win you celebrated? I know I didn't ask that question, so what was the last big win you celebrated?
So I just worked with the Cambridge Biomedical Campus, and I was hosting the kind of crochet workshop sort of table all day at the beginning of September. So yeah, that was part of their wellness event, and that was brilliant. I met so many fantastic people. Yeah, it was a really, really good day. Really good. Just, so many interesting people, and it was just lovely to spend the day talking crochet to people and how it can help.
Yeah. Kind of like you're made for that, So.
Yeah, it was it was a pretty good day.
Surprising that, isn't it? Yeah, good. And if you'd have still been employed in your job, would that have been possible for you?
No, because it would have fallen on a day that I would have been teaching in school. So yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do it. So yeah, it's funny how the universe works, eh?
Absolutely. We've just received another, you obviously, it must be for you. There's just another love heart that just kind of came in on from Facebook. So yeah, super. Okay, so where do you see your business heading from now until this time next year, like for the next year?
I'd like to see it growing into more schools, businesses, and wellness spaces, bringing kind of crochet into places where creativity can really support well-being. I'm due to be working with the RAF near me. So we're going to be working on a community project, which is really exciting. And yeah, I'd love to get into, like I say, schools and businesses to regularly create these sort of workshop sessions supporting mental wellness programs and things like that. That would be awesome.
That is cool. Good. What big dream are you working towards right now?
So I am creating a program that sort of combines crochet with growth mindset and resilience training, and yeah, I'd kind of like to roll that out to schools and workplaces. So that's kind of
amazing.
One of the things that I'm working on.
One of the things. Okay, and if you could give your past self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Don't wait until you're ready. Just do it. Nike, I suppose I've stolen it from, but you just got to start. You'll figure it out along the way. Just, yeah, do it, make the mistakes, learn, and it'll all be fine.
Yeah. The only person that says you're ready is you. When you say you're ready, then you're ready. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's great. So good. Okay. So my very last question for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Very last question. What's one message you'd love to leave with other creative women watching today?
Oh, I would like to say your creativity is powerful. Don't underestimate the impact it can have, that you can have, not just on your life, but on the people that you share it with, because you never know how much that helps. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Got something inside you. Get it out. Share it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't hide inside. So
Absolutely.
look at this. Nessa said there'll be a theme this week, I think. Now, Nessa's watching them now from YouTube and commenting on YouTube. Thanks, Nessa, for, being there, okay, and popping a YouTube comment in. Look at that. I love it when it works. There you go. Does exactly what it says on the tin. No, Jen, thank you. And yeah, you're right. So I see so many people when they come to me, and it's like, I've had this idea for this long, this long. You can't even see my hands, so they're at the screen. This long. And they just, they don't act on it because they just don't know how. And you're right. Okay, they'll figure it out as they go along.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a shame that so many people wait so long. So, I just want to say that if you've got something that you want to work on, if you've got something that you want to, push, and you don't know how to do it, like Jen with the website, if you use the code Magic Creativity, you'll get 25% off any course over at magictagic.co.uk. Okay, that's available for this week whilst we're doing this series. Okay, because Magic needs to meet creativity in a way to be able to take that I don't know how to do it away from everything. So I just wanted to say that if you want to know how to do any of these things, okay, that Jen's talking about, I can't give you the, what Jen can teach you, okay? But if I don't want you to be afraid to start, because that's really key, okay? You need to not be afraid to get started. So yeah. Jen, thank you. It was an amazing conversation.
Thank you.
And really,
and thank you for all of your help.
No,
no, because I think I need to say, like, a lot of what I've achieved, I've done with a lot of your help. I wouldn't have known how to build a website, for example. So yeah, thank you.
No, it's been my pleasure. So, it's what I'm good at, okay? And don't worry, okay? Also, when I put a course out there, I'm like imposter syndrome, okay? But what's really great actually is when somebody goes, oh, I've managed to build my own website and publish it, or I've managed to kind of get my Facebook profile up, or I've managed to do this, I've managed to do this, all of these little things, okay? Because there are so many things, as you can teach people.
Yeah.
But you have to want to learn it, you see? And that's why I love bringing you on to have these, to have these chats, because I can only do so much.
That's it. Isn't it? Meeting people halfway and then seeing what magic is created.
Exactly. Absolutely. Exactly. So I just want to say thank you. And thank you, for sharing your journey and your challenges and your vision for the future. That really helps so many others watching this. Okay. Thank you to everyone that joined us live, your comments. Okay. Really lovely. Thank you, Nessa, for all of your comments today. They were really lovely. Anybody else to say? You didn't say anything to us. So yeah. Yeah, if there's one thing to really take away from today, okay, it's when magic meets creativity, brilliance is truly born. There you go. That's it. Stay connected. Keep creating boldly. And remember, okay, there are a few more sessions coming up this week. So we are back tomorrow. There is another session tomorrow, okay? And if you're not watching this live, okay, you'll be able to find all of the replays on the YouTube channel or on the Facebook page or inside LinkedIn, okay? They will all be there. There is one happening every day this week. So, if you are a creative and you want to come work with me, jump in. If you're already working with me and thinking, why have I not been asked to come on this creative session? Ask me. I really don't mind who I grill online. There you go. Jen, thank you so much. It's been really lovely to have you here today, okay? And yeah, I look forward really to kind of seeing yeah, what kind of happens. So, and last comment from Nessa, she said it's synergy. There you go.
Ah,
We'll,
thanks.
we'll end with that. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Jen, okay, for your amazing story, okay? And
Thank
we'll see
you.
you all tomorrow.